Do you ever feel like there are people who know exactly how to push your buttons? Before you realize it, you're already reacting, you're snapping at them, or you're shutting down, or you're just acting. They've taken you completely out of character. But what if you could change that? So, in today's video, we're going to talk about how to recognize your emotional triggers and what you can do to calm yourself down when someone has spun you up. I'm Giovanna May Reese, the founder of the Hiatus Space, and I help ambitious women find the balance between doing and being. In today's video, we are going to talk about what triggers actually are, a simple definition, and then I'll lead you through a simple 3-step process to gain control when someone has triggered you. And then we will do a short 5-minute meditation to regain control and bring balance back to our lives. So, we all have hot buttons, those things that really get us angry, annoyed. Maybe it's when someone interrupts you, or when someone cuts you off in traffic, or someone doesn't get to the point of their story soon enough, or you see someone who's being rude to a service person for no reason. We all have our buttons, and sometimes or usually, we react automatically when those buttons are pushed. So imagine that you are already running late to work, and somebody is driving erratically, they're driving fast, and they cut you off, almost causing you to, crash into them. So you're going to feel that in your body. Instantly, you're going to feel your heart start beating faster. Maybe, you say something to, or give them a hand gesture. I don't know, but it's a trigger that you have. And the problem with quick reactions when you are triggered by something is that it ends up hurting you more than it hurts the person, right? Because you're the one whose heart is beating, you're the one whose blood pressure has gone up. Meanwhile, the other person is just living their life and not even thinking about you. And so we need to find a way to bring some space between your trigger and how you choose to react. So here's a simple 3-step mindfulness technique that you can use to take control when you're feeling like you're on the verge of losing it. So, step number 1 is for you to notice the reaction. So, when you feel triggered or something has happened that makes you feel a particular emotion, you want to pause and label that emotion. And that might look like, I am feeling angry, or my jaw is tight, or my heart is beating fast, or I'm thinking this is unfair, or I'm thinking that I want to grab that person and shake them really hard. Whatever it is for you, you want to pause and just connect with what you're feeling and what you're thinking and put a label on that thing. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is to take a deep breath. And that deep breath can be in through your nose, out through your mouth, or in through your nose, out through your nose, whatever feels good for you at that moment. But you just want to slow down, and that deep breath is going to help you to do that. And it also signals to your brain that you're safe, right? Because when we are in our fight or flight or freeze mode, we're breathing. We have elevated breathing, and that signals to our body that we need to be ready to, run or fight or freeze or something, right? So when we slow down our breathing, that's telling our body that it is okay everything is fine. There's no reason for my heart rate to go up, for me to get tense, for me to do all of those things that get me ready for something to go down. And then the final step of this three-step mindfulness technique is to ask yourself, how do I want to react in this situation? Because let's be real here. You're never going to not always be triggered by something, right? Everybody has their triggers, and that's perfectly natural. The goal isn't to somehow become this master of your emotions, master of all things, and never get triggered. The point is to slow down enough to allow yourself to have some time between when that trigger happens and when you react, so that you can make sure that you're not coming out of character, so you can make sure that you aren't doing things that don't align with who you are because you're letting your emotions take over. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with someone who you think might need it. We're about to step into our short meditation to help us really connect with this idea of not letting our triggers control us. So, I invite you to find a comfortable seat and gently close your eyes. Take a moment to settle in, allowing your body to relax. Let your hands rest wherever they feel comfortable. And before we begin, let's take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly. Again, breathe in fully, hold, and let it go. One more time. Inhale, hold, and exhale completely, releasing tension. Now bring to mind a situation that recently triggered you. Something small but frustrating. A moment when you felt irritated, dismissed, or misunderstood. Notice what happens in your body as you recall this moment. Do you feel tightness in your chest? Heat in your face? A knot in your stomach? Just observe without trying to change anything. Now shift your attention to your emotions. What feelings come up? Frustration, annoyance, hurt. Let them be there without judgment. Finally, notice the thoughts that arise. Do you hear an inner dialogue? Maybe thoughts like, "This isn't fair," or "They always do this." Just acknowledge them. Now, instead of reacting, imagine pressing a pause button. Right now, you have a choice. Let's reset with the breath. Take a slow, deep inhale through your nose. Hold it for a moment. And exhale longer than your inhale, letting go. Again, breathe in, feeling space open inside you. Hold. And exhale slowly, releasing tension. One last time. Inhale deeply. Hold. And exhale, softening the grip of that trigger. From this calmer state, imagine yourself responding differently to that situation you envisioned earlier. Instead of reacting out of habit, see yourself pausing, breathing, and responding with intention. How does it feel to move through this moment with clarity instead of impulse? Lighter, more in control? Let this feeling settle into your body. You don't have to be ruled by your triggers. You have the power to pause, breathe, and choose. Before we finish, take one more deep breath in and let it go. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly open your eyes. Carry this sense of awareness with you today, and remember your breath is always available to help you reset. So when your hot buttons are pushed, you now have a simple mindfulness tool that you can use to maintain your own sense of balance. You can pause, you can breathe, and you can choose. So if this helped, let me know in the comments, what's one trigger that you're working on not letting take over your life every time it comes in? And again, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.